Welcome to Hell, the podcast for sinners, with me, Dane Aloysius Buckley, and
me, Daniel Antipodean Fox.
that actually really works.
It does work, doesn't it? We're still intercontinental, and we are still incontinent. We are both exhausted. We've both been traveling.
Yes.
I have just arrived from Perth. I'm now in Brisbane. The day before that, I was in Sydney. I've done an awful lot of flying.
Well, also, girl, it's hard to be on the fire horse. This fire horse is tiring. I've been riding the side saddle for a few months now. Life is busy. The world is spinning, isn't it?
I was a big fan of the fire horse, as everyone who listens to this podcast will know. I was a real champion of the fire horse. I cannot say I'm loving the fire horse at this juncture of life.
Is that why you dragged it into a factory and made it into
That's
sausages?
why I've got all this glue around me. I think the fire horse has kicked my dating life in the head, is what it's done. But
Yes.
I can't. How can I'm being negative? I'm having a lovely time traveling around Australia, which is very beautiful. And in 2 days, I shall be going to Bali. So the next and final remote episode will be me by a waterfall or something. But
that'd be gorgeous.
my God, I am ready to lie down.
Are you tired yet of Australians saying, "How you going?" Because I remember month 4, I was like, I'm going very well now. Fuck off and stop asking me about my day.
I'm going as well as I can. All things considered.
In England, we don't always acknowledge the other person. Do we always have to?
Going as best I can with these knees. Do you know what? Where I have come to is that I think Australian women are great. I think Australian older men are maybe the worst type of older man. Watching some of them faffing around on the plane, and the ways that they were sort of moaning and whining and the things that they were saying, something about that with the accent combined made it even more unbearable and irritating than normal. Whereas Australian women, the accent is a huge addition, a huge bonus.
I mean, it's also hard because I would say Melbourne famously is a little silo of loveliness, and Melbourne's different from everywhere else. I would say, don't come for me, deviled eggs. But there's also, have the old Aussie men begun with, "You must love it here. You got to move here. It's so much better. Do you hate England?" Because that used to be non-stop, and I'd be like, "It's lovely here, but I also love Europe. Thank you very much." Be like, "No, you want to move here, don't you?" There was a lot of that, I remember.
Yeah, I really liked Melbourne. And that was the one where I did the most touristy things. I really, if someone asked me about Melbourne.
I've seen your little first trap pictures looking very lush.
I've done many things in Melbourne. Sydney, I only got to spend 2 days there. It seemed nice. I think my cup of tea is more Melbourne because Sydney seems like the beachy one. And that is not for me. A city and a beach combined, too much going on. Whereas Perth, I think would have been nice, but I was literally there for less than 24 hours.
I love that on one of your voice notes, you were like, maybe next time I'll tour Tasmania. Go to Tasmania and say that again.
I will go to Tasmania and I will do a show there to the devils. All I really want to do is come back and go to Rottnest Island, which is the island near Perth where all the quokkas live. All the beautiful little quokkas. And they
find yourself a husband.
Smile at you. Yeah, God, that's what I'm after.
And then go to Fraser Island and meet all the dingoes that will steal your food.
I met some dingoes.
What a great sentence.
At the animal sanctuary. And they are way more beautiful than I thought.
I was just about to say, aren't dingoes beautiful? A little coyote-esque, a little wild prior dog from India.
Yeah, coyote, but more fluffy, and you would just think they were just a nicely bred sort of modern breed. They're sort of fluffy orange and white. I think I was expecting something more stringy and sinewy. An alternate name for this podcast.
Don't fall for those beautiful eyes, which also people have said about us. But because, do you remember there was a thing? It's out of my life, but I just know it culturally people be like, "A dingo stole my baby." It's and I think there's a movie about it, and they never really know if if it was the parent or if it was the dingo. But for a while, dingoes were really villainized. They were really villainized. But they are beautiful when I first met them, because you wouldn't say that about some of the other Australian mammals. Oh, my phone is definitely listening to this podcast, because what popped up was a long video on Insta about how whales descend from a canine-like creature, and you had done the history of that.
Yes,
just a few days previous.
My famous history of the whale. Yeah, I would like to meet the quokkas. I'd like to meet a wombat. I could spend like an extra day or two in Sydney, and then I think I'm kind of done with the traveling, to be honest. I'm very, very ready to be home.
Quickly, Meet the Quokkas sounds like a very low budget, straight to video sequel to Meet the Fockers, doesn't it? You and a handheld.
Meet the Quokkas, there's no peril, there's no adult humor at all. It's
flat
just
white,
a series of
flat white and selfies.
Flat white and some selfies with some very sweet marsupials. You have just flown back from... Where were you?
Oh,
Belfast?
Who knows now? The tour support has gone. This is in the mad period now, and I am in some countries for, I think, like 13 hours. You know I'm not team morning. I have to get up at 6 o'clock, and my God, did I prime the whole hotel? They were like, impossible, food from 7, no before. I was like, okay, well, show me the menu, though. So tell the chef what I want for my breakfast, so that when I come down at 1 minute to 7, I have 18 minutes in that breakfast room before my cab picks me up. And to be fair, they were all on board. I come down, they were like, full Irish, eggs hard, butter left to go cold on top of the toast. I was like, yes, it's actually Dane, but you can call me whatever you want.
Full Irish would be a great name. A great porn name.
And last night we were in Brighton, which was gorgeous. And Brighton's so interesting because it's so queer and liberal and lefty, but also it's like Ayia Napa. Come midnight, I don't know what happens, but hundreds of stag do's and hen do's for Americans, bachelorette parties and bachelor parties. But every bar having like 6 or 7 security on it. It just suddenly changes, and it's quite crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Now you're speaking about cities with beaches. As we know, I don't recognize a beach if it's made of stone. It has to be in the small print for me. I want sand, or it's not a beach. Sorry.
They do different things.
They do.
A stone beach is for lesbian yearning.
No wonder you love it. Okay, this makes sense.
That's why I love it. The stone beach is for walking along on a crisp grey day with a basket and maybe a series of life drawings and thinking about the one that got away. The sand beach is for having a glass of wine and maybe an affair with a tennis coach. They're very, very different things.
But you know what? I've obviously been spending so much time in airports lately, and I love to people watch in an airport. I reenact like that scene in is it Love Actually? Yeah, where they're at the airport looking at everyone. I think it is. Yeah, and they have that Wave song. Yeah. I do love to people watch and just see. I think it must be fascinating to work in an airport as well and just see all the people coming and going.
Mm.
Have you had the thing of liking someone on Grindr or any other Christian app and then realizing they're on the flight?
Oh no,
they're on the same flight as you, and then that's awkward if they like you back and stuff, because you've got an hour of just like. It's much more awkward if like they block you or they don't like you back, but they've seen your profile and you're just kind of like you're sat 3 seats away trying to hold yourself attractively. I will have the chicken, actually. Thank you. Yeah.
Wait, did this happen to you just now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And they blocked you?
They didn't block me, but they looked at my profile a few times and wrote no thanks. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I got on the flight and saw them like a row away. And I was like, oh gosh, no. And also, I wanted to instill in them that maybe I'm the one that got away. So just held myself attractively the whole time, which was tiring for 59 minutes. I just want to mouth breathe.
Apparently, people say a lot of stuff happen. Like I've seen people talking online that a lot of stuff happens in airports. Like a lot of people hook up the gays are going wild in the airports. Which I live in fear of, like just being like barreled to the ground. Well, being barreled to the ground and them just being like, you filled in a form wrong, so now you have to be executed. Like I always think I've broken a rule in the airport. I cannot imagine the risk of like going to a cubicle with someone, but apparently it's rife.
I don't worry about the rule breaking, but I am not one of these bitches that turns up 2 hours before you're due for your flight. You'll get me 67 minutes beforehand. I'll be a hurricane of panic, go flying through, out of my way, excuse me, and I'll just make it to the gate. I am that team, so I don't have the time to do anything else.
But then how do you have time for your journaling?
I do once on the plane. I crash on the plane. I open my notes doc. I've got all my little snacks. I'll say hello, pleasantries to the people around me, my neighbors, and then we go in.
I like to arrive a good 2.5 to 3 hours prior to the flight.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I know.
I get myself nicely in. I find a quiet corner of a cafe. I have something to say about cafes. I get to a quiet corner of a cafe and I do the artist way for at least 2 hours. And then I drift onto that flight. So released and creative. I'm in such a creative space by the time I get onto that flight.
I remember the negotiating on the Welcome to Hell tour. You were like, I'm here. I'm great. I'm leaving soon. I think one of the dates we were at the same hotel, but we left separately because I refused to get there 3 hours early for a European flight. And
I think that's fine. I think we should be. We should just do that. Like, you meet me at the gate where I will have been from the night before.
But yeah, no, I'm getting really close with Josh as well. That is such a lovely lad. And isn't it crazy to think...
Well, hang on. I have things to say about airports and flights still.
Oh, okay, go on.
So I'm going to just wind you back, actually. I wanted to say, firstly, when I mentioned Pret, my God, I miss Pret. I actually miss Pret. I know that's a fucking cliche for me, but like, this country doesn't have them. And it is the poorer for it.
Do you know what? I've recently been thinking of you every time. I like to assume people are watching me. Are they saying, is Dane vegetarian? No, I'm not. Thank you for asking. But I'm a school night vegetarian where I try to be veggie for 4 to 5 days a week. And every time I have the egg avocado baguette, baguette, I think of you.
Or the egg slow roast tomato baguette.
Now, she is an elusive, beautiful woman.
A rare bird.
Not everywhere has her, but I love her. I would go as far as saying they are semi-blushed tomatoes. They're semi-sun-dried.
I would say they're semi-blushed. I would say. But that is what I was like. Every airport I've been in, I've been like looking around for the Pret. They don't have it. They don't really have convenience food here, I have noticed. Like, I have not in any of these cities been to a place. Firstly, everything's shut, so you cannot get a coffee or a sandwich after 3 p.m.
Yeah,
like, good luck to you if you want a coffee or a food there. But like, there's nothing where you can just like get a sandwich or a salad or a pasta or something just like out of a counter and it be, unless you go to like a major supermarket, like that is not available, which sometimes you just want to like, in a city, like in London, you've got your Leon, your Pret, good quality, ready to go, Lunchables.
I want a little,
that's not
I want a little expensive bowl thing, you know?
I just want to grab a thing. I want a little salad, I want a little fruit bowl, I want a little chia pudding. Anyway, the thing I was going to say about airports is, firstly, didn't you have a flight a while ago where the guy in front of you was on Grindr and you did end up talking?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was like last year.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You were like chatting, but one of you was sat in front of the other.
Yeah, and I was nervous that he's going to turn around and be like, oh, forget that, actually, block. But he turned around and smiled and my heart sank. He was absolutely gorgeous and had good banter. I think, if I remember rightly, when we landed, as is typical now, we were chatting away. He's like, we should go on a date or something. I'll be like, oh my God, I'd love that. That's great. He's like, let me message my husband and tell him I'll be late home. And I was like, okay, open with that, you idiot. So then I just leaned forward and snapped his neck.
Yeah. Oh, and you just whisper to the air steward, I think I saw a handgun in his pocket. I think I saw him inserting some drugs up his rectum. I don't know. I think that's what I saw. And then the final thing on this is, I spent the last 5 hours on the flight from Perth to Brisbane.
That's long.
Sorry, Mum. I would say having eye sex with a handsome dad that was like a few rows. Like every time one of us would like get up to walk around, we were eye fucking one another. Just like a lot of eye contact, like occasional little like smile, like definitely flirty eye stuff.
Yeah.
When I got to the airport in Brisbane, who was picking him up but his wife or girlfriend?
Oh, it's such a fine line, isn't it? Because I've been like, sorry, sometimes I'm a confident, sometimes I'm a confident, sometimes I'm a not. But sometimes there are guys who be like, he's like, this staring is, something is on. But sometimes it can be a case of like, he loves me or hates me, and I'm not sure which. It can be
this was
really hard to tell.
This was gay. He just has a wife. Yeah. This was definitely a flirty thing. But like his girlfriend like dashed forward to like kiss him, and I was like, okay. Hi guys, sorry, we just need to have a quick conversation actually. Like how are we gonna share him, you know?
I did have a couple once come up to me, a man and a woman, the traditional couple, if you believe that sort of lifestyle. And they said, couple, well, we've been checking you out. We'd love to do stuff with you. They were that forward. They were on the apps. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm 100% gay, 100% gay. And they were like, oh, because my wife would love to watch. And I was like, that's lovely. And she seems like a very sweet woman. No, thank you, for I am gay. And they're like, she would just watch. I was like, no, I'm not into this at all, thank you.
No thanks. Horrible.
And he was like, she could get involved. I was like, sorry, did you need me to say this one more time? Like, I know other people can be different, but I am a gay from young. On Kingsley's scale, I am gay.
The Kingsley scale?
What did I say?
Kingsley.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about something different. It's this special thing where it's called the Kingsley scale, and it's how kingly you are.
Yes. What else have you been up to?
Well, I've been on tour support, obviously, but I just want to say it's so interesting that because the first time we met Josh, that was the first time I'd met him, but you'd done a bit of tour support for him, hadn't you, by the time he was on the podcast?
This is Josh Widdicombe.
Yeah. And I loved it. I remember that episode being like, he's so funny and so gossipy and fun and sweet. He's such a lovely lad. And it's so nice now. We do little bits together and this like he's such a lovely lad. And just getting close to someone like that has been so special. I said to him the other day, do you know, I think in my memoirs your name would be mentioned, actually. Tell everyone. We finish in like mid-May at Hackney Empire for a couple of nights, and I'm really gonna miss it, because this has been the most tour support I've ever done for anyone, I think, even more than Rosie.
Well, it does. I mean, you know that like I'm really close with Sophie from doing tour support with her, and like, you know, we're friends with Rosie. Like, it does really bond you with someone when you spend that amount of time with them.
Yeah, it really does. And when we go up to Scotland, we'll be like 4 or 5 days together. It does, because you live so colourfully and so vividly when you're on tour, don't you? It's like...
And you're sharing this experience that only the two of you really get. Like, because even when they've got a tour manager or whatever, it's like they haven't gone out on stage with that audience. Whereas only the two of you can go, they were hard, or like, oh my God, that guy, or whatever. It's a shared thing, which is cute.
Yeah, when we swap over on stage, we give a number each of how we think it went. Like you and me do.
That's fun.
And it's kind of lovely. How have you been anyway, honey? What have you been up to?
I've been good. I'm just touring. I am knackered. This is my last one. I'm doing a show tomorrow, my final show, my Brisbane show, which I think will be really fun. And then the day after that, I'm going to Bali, and I'm so fucking ready to just like lie down and sleep and have a massage.
Oh, how was Penrith? Was it Penrith?
Penrith was actually really nice. Yeah, it was really sweet people, and actually more people than I thought turned up. Penrith as a place, I'm sure its mother loves it. It was... They had a Hungry Jack's, they had a KFC. So, you know, who could say more than that?
What more do you need?
What more does anybody need? But it was nice. Yeah, I'm very ready to come back home and like not be living out of a suitcase. I think it is long. Doing the festivals is long, and like that amount of travel without getting to like pop back to your own bed or anything. But it has been really fun.
I'm looking forward to your Bali era.
I'm looking forward to doing next week's episode from like in a jungle or something.
Yeah, a pineapple tree.
I'm really looking forward to that. I have already like queued up so many treatments. I'm going to come back with a BBL and a new neck, and tell everyone like, oh, it's just skincare. It's just SPF.
Sidebar, speaking of BBL and a new neck, have you seen her? Madonna's on Grindr.
Yeah, Madonna's messaging everybody on Grindr.
She's got a profile. She's close by. She's got to do an exclusive version of a vinyl that's going to drop on Grindr. Talk about knowing your audience.
So funny. It's just like a robot, isn't it? But I love the idea that some hardworking intern that's just having to like message every single gay man being like, The new Madonna album is out.
What I love is all the people petitioning Grindr now being like, I need to be unblocked. I need to be unblocked. Can you get me? Can you? And they've set up a website to appeal your block because people want to get on to get the vinyl.
Really?
That's it's
funny.
so funny.
But yeah, other than that, I'm all good. I have just announced a whole load of new tour dates. So come along, everybody. Just like Cheltenham. That's the only one I can remember. Loads of new ones. Like Cheltenham. Some random places. Barnard Castle. Is that right?
Where's that? Don't ask me for pronunciation.
But also, and the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm doing the first 2 weeks of the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yay.
That is finally on sale. So if you're at the Edinburgh Fringe...
Welcome to Hell, we'll be doing a show, won't we?
Oh, and we're doing a show.
Yeah.
Has that been announced yet? No, but it will be. And we will let...
This can be an exclusive.
We will let you guys know first. We're doing a quite nice room, actually. Be like a good amount of deviled eggs. Yes, I'm doing Coventry, Guildford, Liverpool, Newcastle, Barnard Castle, Pocklington, Cheltenham, Pocklington, Southampton, Leicester, Derby, Bath, and Newbury are all new dates they've added, and a second Belfast date. So do come along, everybody.
I'm going into whip season now. Do you remember before I was like, oh, maybe I'll do these whips that people talk about, a work in progress show before I go to Fringe. I think I have like 30 booked in now, and I've set myself a challenge of places, because London is an easy audience, they're lovely. And I have set a challenge to have some other audiences, including my cursed Hastings Fringe Festival. But they're going really well. I had a gorgeous one in a gorgeous venue, like a Cineplex, it was called, in Manchester. Shout out to Alice Payne, a deviled egg who demanded she has a shout out, and I was more than happy because she was so gorgeous. But also, deviled eggs brought me a big box of Tim Hortons, which was lovely, and
that's cute.
I wolfed them down without grace. And I should say, yeah, look at my link tree for my whips. But the 27th of June, we've added a Dublin whip, so that will be exciting. Go to Ballyaclea, go to Ireland. Yeah, it's a fun time, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to having the first 2 weeks of Fringe with you. We'll be together. I'm there for the month. You're there.
We're going to do some fun
the first
things.
2 weeks. And then when you go, I'm going to borrow your other best friend. I'm going to be like, hey, Sophie. It's me. It's Dane. I've already promised to make Sophie I'm going to force all the types of Irish bread on her, and she's up for it. Although we may fall out over about Irish butter being better than Danish. It is. But aside from that.
Talking of shout outs to deviled eggs, you know, we were talking last episode about what do you call it when you're dumped in the air?
Oh my God.
What's the reverse?
This is the loving. Have loved some of the suggestions. You've got the best one, right?
This is very Alexis Rose.
It is, isn't it?
So Pip wrote in with, it's the reverse of the Mile High Club, essentially. And we were like, what would that be? The Mile High Snub being dumped in the air. Very good. And a close runner up, the Mile Cry Club.
Okay, yes. For those that aren't in the know, the week before I spoke on an episode about basically being dumped in the air because Wi-Fi can do that now. You're like, oh, okay, that's nice. I guess I'm just landing to a life alone for the rest of my life. That's what I'll be landing to. What terminal? A life alone. That's what terminal I'm at.
Terminal 1, because it will just be me forever. Terminal, just me and the kids from now on. No snakes. Have you a sin this week?
I always have a sin, and this sin will be related to the travel and the airport. I swear to God, the gaslighting that's happening to me now. Welcome to the airport. Today, because it's Wednesday, today you take your liquids out. Keep your mobile phones in and don't worry about your belt and your shoes. But tomorrow, no, the moon is changing tomorrow. So tomorrow, liquids have to stay in and don't worry about anything. Unless, oh my God, is that chewing gum in your pocket? They are gaslighting me, and I get everything ready because I've learned the new way now.
Parted to the right this time.
Coming back the other day, they were like, you're allowed 2 liters of liquid in your bag. I was like, okay, it's just because the flight this morning you weren't allowed that, so I'm just a bit confused. I'm so confused.
But if you have 2 liters of liquid, it does have to be loose in the bag.
Another name for us.
Loose in the bag. I will say what I'm loving about Australian, I guess, internal flights. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to get your laptop out. You don't have to get your water out. You don't have to, literally. And I was like, do I need to take my watch off? They were like, no. They're just like, you just sort of like dump everything on the conveyor belt and walk, and they're like, go through.
Gosh, crazy. And I feel like they just never, they change from like, I mean, in a day, because I flew in and came out in the same day, it was different. It was different for different airports, different airlines. It's so confusing.
I feel like they are slowly moving towards, you don't have to, like they're over the liquids thing and you don't have to take things out of the bag because the machines are better now. And please God, let that be the case. It's so irritating. But then the annoying thing is then you go to another country and they're like, well, no, you got in with this, but you can't get out with it.
Oh my God. I love seeing those girls argue with them. It's a toner. I need my toner. Then please don't take my toner. And I'm always arguing because they're like, remove your jewelry. And I said, well, it's cultural. I'm half Asian, you know. And I was like, also, I can't. I'm going to need like a bottle of washing up liquid to get these off.
Yeah, if you've got lube, I can take it off.
As a street thief learned in Istanbul when he tried to take these off. And I literally looked at him and said, hun, no, come on. That's hilarious. Bless you for thinking that was going to be subtle.
Have you, I bring this up every time this comes up as a topic of conversation, but one of my favorite things is what counts as a liquid.
Yes.
I told you the story about my friend who tried to bring some German sausage over to the UK. And they were like, that's more than 200 milliliters. And she was like, it's sausage. And they were like, 200 milliliters of sausage. Sausage is a liquid.
God. I know that lip balm is not. It's not.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember once the bag was full and I couldn't get the lip balm in and I Googled it. And then when I went there, I asked several times, they were like, it doesn't count. I was like, but what about, have we not seen poison ivy in Batman? What if there's a poison in this? But no, lip balm doesn't count. I never know what counts and what doesn't.
Oh, actually, this is a combo of my sort of semi-sin bin that I said earlier, but older Australian men, just a certain type of older Australian man that's winding me up even more than the British version of him. I was stuck behind in the airport today because he was arguing with the man at security who was checking the bags, who basically was like, you can't have scissors in here. And this guy turned to his wife and went, can't even have scissors in there now. It's like, you've never been able to have scissors? Can't even bring a blade anymore.
What? We did lots of cutting in the midair, cutting their fabrics.
They were like proper, like sharp, daggery scissors. They were like like a professional hairdresser. I was like, of course you can't have that, you stupid fool.
That's insane. But this is where they go from one to the other. Like once I was in San Francisco airport, I was pulled to the side and security said, we believe you've got a weapon on you. Sir. And it was a Celtic sword pendant around my neck and a fountain pen. And I was like, listen. I was like, can I be given it on the other end? Like it's a silver Celtic sword pendant and a fountain pen. Like obviously like I mean, I will scream from the rooftops that I'm gay. Like what am I going to do? Write a poem? Like, but honestly, the drama, I was pulled into a room, they would check my passport and everything. It was insane. It's from one to the other.
Have they not got other things to be doing than trying to stop a man from doing calligraphy?
What about you, Han? What's your sin bin?
Well, thank you. My sin, and this is a bit, I mean, this has been a hot topic on the internet for the last, I would say the last few months. Modern movie lighting. Have you seen everyone talking about this?
Yeah, because the Practical Magic Part 2. Oh my God, let's go to the cinema and see that, girl. Let's do a trip. Of course.
Practical Magic, Devil Wears Prada. There's so many of them.
Giving. It's my new thing.
They compare, pawing at the screen. They compare like the original to then like this like modern sequel. They're all so beautiful and saturated and joyful in the like 90s, 2000s, even up to the 2010s. And now it's so grey. And it's things that really have no right to be. I guess the Harry Potter ones people have also been talking about. Everything's like very grey and very like moody and like real,
like
but
a documentary,
but in
like
a way
Lars
that it's
von Trier
like
documentary.
Yeah, but in a way that's like, yeah, but real life we do have light sometimes. We still have colours in real life. Sometimes you get a nice golden hour, you know, or a bright day. Like everything's so muted now. We've
all been to Italy, you know. Italians have great lighting, but also like we go to the movie for other. Do you know what I mean? For something special, for a bit of Hollywood. Like we want to see it like looking amazing like that.
They've got carried away with like there was a move towards people liking grittier things, which is why the rom-com died out. And they started making all these gritty things, which looked very real. But it's like, okay, but now we're going back to making rom-coms. We don't want to take the gritty aesthetic with us. Give us the joyful, bright, saturated, the holiday, the pretty woman, the...
Because we don't want the holiday part 2 to look like The Last of Us, funnily enough.
No, they're going to end up making...
that's like what dating feels like. I can tell you that, but we don't want it to look like that.
It is The Last of Us coloring. They're going to make like a Legally Blonde sequel, and it will be like set with like no soundtrack, just quietly dismal and kind of grey sepia tones.
Or like Love Actually, a sequel, but it's like handheld camera, gritty, on the run, look like The Quiet
Found
Place.
footage.
yeah, exactly. It's and when they have, because it was showing Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada 1 versus 2, like the difference is insane with the lighting. It's like,
doesn't she look great though?
She looks great. She looks so good. I'm so excited for the film. The trailers that they're dropping are gorgeous. I love that. I love a sequel that comes back after a long time.
Yeah, I really hope it's good. It's got Caleb Heron in it, which is I'm excited about. It's got great people in it.
Never mind that. It's got Gaga and Madonna.
Yeah, I'm very excited. The premiere was like yesterday, I think. So imminently we'll be seeing it. Yeah, she's like 20 years on. She looks kind of the same.
I love her. I love her in interviews. I love her in acceptance speeches. She's such a great woman, isn't she? She's the last of the great women, I'd say.
When she's got the talent as well. That's what people say. When we're beautiful, but we have the talent as well. That's what people often say.
Listen.
People say that they're the last of the greats.
The first of the last of the greats.
I have a little letter.
Oh, hit me with your rhythm stick.
Before we go, I've got some food being delivered very shortly, so I'm going to, because I've absolutely perished on this flight, of course.
Is it Asian food? Australia is so big on Asian food.
All I have eaten, and this is not racist to say this, but all I have eaten is Chinese food and Thai food for the last...
Yeah, when I say Asian, that's what I meant. Yeah. It's funny, isn't
for
it?
the last 3 weeks, all I've eaten is Asian food. And I am, which is delicious, but I'm so ready to eat something else. Yeah. So today I just like have sought out a pizza because like, please, I need to like.
It's funny the way Desi food isn't really big there, is it? Like Indian food and stuff isn't massive.
No, not really. Southeast Asia is very close, but.
Yeah, and also it's big here because of the old colonization, you know.
Well, can't even glorify the empire anymore without the lefty wokists coming for you. Can't even glorify the Raj. Can't even bring scissors on a flight anymore.
Girl, I should tell you. Well, I left you a voice and I don't even heard it yet, but I have to get Invisalign on my teeth.
Yeah, I'm thrilling. But you didn't tell me. You sent me the voice note of you lisping, but you didn't tell me that you were getting. I don't think, unless I've missed something, I never got the update of I'm going to go and get it.
I think I must have forgot because basically I went all out when I was in Thailand. I got checked for everything and I had a little x-ray of my teeth. And my teeth, annoying because my teeth are naturally lovely. That's what people say. And it's the one thing the artist formerly known as Father gave me. But they're slightly at the back too close together. So this is to stop them being too close together because over time that would be an issue. And I put them in and there's no way I can do the podcast in them. I'm going to have to wait 2 weeks because the lisping was bad.
You sounded like Liza Minnelli.
But sorry, Mum, if you're listening to this, I had to Google because you shouldn't take them off for anything apart from food or to clean them. And I thought, well, what if you're entertaining an officer and a gentleman? And there was so many Reddit forums of people saying it actually enhances the experience. Isn't that crazy?
Invisalign?
Yeah.
Well, that's the police coming to you for saying that.
Oh my God, they're coming. Of oral pleasure, apparently, like, makes it much better, apparently. I'm not going to find out because they would have to listen to me be Lisha. Did you know my mother's will a fashy neck do it? I'm not going to do that.
Why would that enhance the pleasure?
Apparently it feels slightly silky because it's not your teeth, it's that kind of coating. And I was like, well, listen,
because it's like protecting... Oh, okay, yeah. Smoother than a tooth. How funny. God, that is one step along from removing your dentures. Hello, sailor.
Oh, that tomato seed gets everywhere.
Oh,
I know.
how funny.
So great. So anyway, tell me about your letter.
Well, what I enjoyed when you sent me the voice note with Invisalign in was not the lisp, but the fact that you kept sucking on them like an old lady keeping her dentures in every few seconds while you were talking to me, and it sounded like a librarian eating a Werther's original.
Oh, I am going to be skinny on them because they're such a faff to take in and out. I'm like, I'd rather just not eat right now. Forget it.
Yeah,
you know?
My friends with them have to like take them out.
And, like, I thought you said my friend is friends with them. I was like, your friend hangs out with
my friend is very good friends with Invisalign. No, like friends that have them have to like take them out before they eat. Like if you're having dinner together, and then they have to like quietly go and like brush their teeth and put them back in after the meal. It's a faff.
Wow. Well, this is who I am for the next year. Come on, boys, queue up to get a piece of pie.
Who wants some? Okay, I have a letter. Right, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, steady.
Dear Daniel and Dane, I was introduced to the podcast last year by my brother and his husband. Good. And now it's my favorite thing ever. Welcome. We've had to create a separate group to talk about it so we don't constantly annoy the other family members. Love that. Please can you cast your devilish judgment on our mum, who was maybe a little too open with us as teenagers. God, I relate to this. She would tell us about her sex life and give us advice such as, don't let him bend you over backwards over a bin down an alley.
Wow. And why not, actually?
And why not? Only later as an adult did I think, wait, backwards? Would that be the most practical? Backwards, like spine bending backwards over a bin. But our favourite nugget of wisdom was in regards to penis size. She would say, long and thin goes right in, short and thick does the trick.
Come on, everybody! You've got the lyric sheets.
I think the one I'm familiar with is Pink Sky in the Morning, Shepherd's Warning, but long and thin goes right in. Another beautiful old adage.
Oh my God, what an iconic mother.
Short and thick does the trick.
Listen.
This phrase has been seared into our minds, and we have both taken this advice into our adult lives. But when we tell our partners and friends, they are not convinced this was the best parenting. What do you think? Useful tips for life, or should we maybe think about unpacking it all in therapy? Love the show. Meg, Toby, and Ash. Thank you, Meg, Toby, and Ash.
God, I love that.
I really relate because, as anyone who's seen any of my stand-up will know, my mum is a bit like this. I always compare my parents to like a sort of Meet the Fockers light.
Your parents have such lovely speaking voices and such sweet faces, and just also when you meet them, like they're so engaged. And so to imagine things like that coming out, long and thick does the trick, Dane, and look at Daniel as a 4-year-old. I'd just be like, oh my God.
Well, like, I mean, I say this in my show, but I went home quite recently, this is verbatim, and my mum, who's always starting random hobbies, we're kindred spirits, I went home and she was like, I've joined the local wind band, Dan. I'm learning bassoon. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And she went, which means I have to do lip strengthening exercises, so your dad's very happy. No, thank you. No, thank you to that. I don't need that image in my mind of dad being thrilled that you're working. Like so many of those growing up. Like I told her a story about how I was on a bus or a train once and a woman's handbag fell into the aisle and a small vibrator rolled out of her bag.
Oh my God.
And I told my mum about it, which, nightmare, but I told my mum about it and my mum's response was, why would anybody buy a small vibrator?
Oh my God, that is so iconic.
So
that's hilarious.
So I sympathize. I sympathize greatly.
I think this is where my mum is she's particularly cool. She's a gay man in many ways. She will never be embarrassing with it, but she'll read the room. Like if someone's like, "Oh, I've got a gay son. They should meet Dane." My mum is able to be like, "No, no, I can say my son would like that. That's not his cup of tea. And reversely, she'll be like, son, get down to this beach, like in the Thailand. We're on the coconut hut. Come down, look nice, sit straight. He's gorgeous. I'd sell my own mother for him. He's Brazilian. Shave quickly. Get here now. It's like, and she's such a good wingman. She's like, Dan he knows about do your Spanish GCSE. I was like, Mum, he's Brilliant. Do your Spanish GCSE. She's such a good wing
wax
woman.
That muff. I saw it this morning. He can't be seeing that.
Yeah. And I'll get a slight prod under the table to sit up straight or hold up a tit or something. Like, she's really good at being on it.
Well, great to have a wing woman.
Oh, well, I know. And also, like, beautiful people just gravitate towards my mum. They really do. And she's really good. I'm like, send them my way, love. Come on. Send them this way.
But does she come out with adages like long and thin goes right in?
No, she does. She doesn't. This is where she's very Irish. She's like, well, it's not all. I love a good book and a cup of tea.
Meg, Toby, and Ash, what I would say is I think it's really lovely that she's an equal opportunities penist. She's open to long and thin and short and thick, and that's a beautiful thing.
I did have a Danish grandmother once say to me, she was talking about an ex, and she said, well, all he was 3 huffs and a sigh. And I said, what was that? She was like, and I was like, oh my God, visualization.
Oh my God, you have just given me a flashback to an old French woman I met when I went to visit a friend in France, and her like cool elderly neighbor said the phrase, I think it was "Dans cul, pas de goût," which means down the throat, no taste.
Oh my.
She must have been in her 80s.
I can't wait to get to that age where you can just do these things, where you can just say these things. But
you're there
God.
now.
Shut up! Yeah. Oh my God, I would love to hang out with her. I would love to hang out with her.
So, right, this person's mum. I think celebrate it, lean into it. I think it's excellent. I think you could launch a stand-up comedy career off it, I would say.
You don't need therapy over it. It's cool. It's fun. It's a bit of us.
Just try to mentally block it out, put some walls up, let it scar over, and enjoy it as a dinner party anecdote.
And also, if they weren't having jiggery porkery, then you wouldn't be here, right? If your parents weren't having jiggery porkery, you wouldn't be here. Now I think about it, actually, my mum has a lot of sayings, like on a cold day, she'd be like, oh, chilly on the willy, cold in the hole. And there's a lot of sayings she has. You're like, oh, that's really visceral. Yeah, okay, I can't be sure.
Yeah, I think lean in. I think celebrate. I think do a rewatch of Meet the Fockers, certainly. I think try and one up her at her own game, but sometimes that goes badly because they can't be beaten. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than an overly accepting parent. Hello, darling. I printed off this leaflet on fisting, actually. She was like, oh my God, no.
Well, I met Jennifer's boy and he's into the fisting, so I gave him your number.
And I'll bring you to get a lovely little tattoo on your arm, on your cuff, shall we? Just like, no, thank you.
Meg, Toby, Ash, may I suggest that your mother would probably love this podcast?
I was going to say, why put her into the family, the group chat.
Prime deviled egg. Yeah, get her on the pod and then get her. I'm sure she has some confessions that she could be sending in, and we could scar you further. How about that?
That sounds delicious. I love that they've got a little WhatsApp group. Oh, there's a WhatsApp group of deviled eggs.
Yeah. Love.
They by the time this goes out, my birthday would have come and gone. But they sent a care package to our agents. And I won't see it. I know, for my birthday. I won't see it till after my birthday. So I said to my agent, well, open it so I can see. Do you want to know what they got me? It's so gorgeous. This is led, I think, all of them are doing it, but Tam is often organizing it. So they got me jasmine blossom incense with this gorgeous, gorgeous holder. They would have heard on one of the podcasts that I love the scent of jasmine because my mum, growing up, loved jasmine. Jasmine silver tip tea, a tin of that. Magic spell candles for prosperity. That's really cute. I don't know if you saw that. Imodium, a pack of Imodium. There's my agent holding a pack of Imodium.
Of all the things, that's the most
of all the
essential.
Things. And then gemstones for Taurus, a whole pack of gemstones, similar to what you had that you thought was fudge or candy.
It was desperate for sweets.
Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? That's
so cute.
Time and time again, when I'm mixing with other comedians, I'm like, well, even at the stage door the other day, as some people bought some gifts for Josh, and I was like, we are. Someone bought like a half-eaten Labubu for Josh, and I was like, oh, that was soaking wet with weird stains on it. And I was like, no, I am not passing that on to him, my darling. No, get away from me. We are so blessed with our deviled eggs, with their taste.
Yeah,
I mean, we do continually give feedback, so it helps, but.
We continually put out a wish list of items and approved gifts, and that really comes. No, they are great. We have. I honestly, I give thanks for every show I do. Like on this Australian, the amount of puggled eggs that have come, our Australian deviled eggs who have come by, who are just like the loveliest people. I am eternally grateful for the people that listen to this podcast.
Someone in the Hell chat on Patreon the other day called the American deviled eggs. Refrigerated eggs, which is very clever because in America they would have to refrigerate eggs. I really love that.
I love that. That is great.
Do you know why they have to refrigerate eggs, Daniel?
Yeah, because they have more salmonella over there.
Because they wash their eggs they chemically wash their eggs, and it destroys the natural protection that an egg has. So they have to go in the fridge.
How bizarre.
It weakens the shell. Our eggs are not washed, which means you will get a feather on them or something like that, but then they can stay on the shelf in the supermarkets. Interesting. There's me fact of the week.
This podcast is a place where you can learn. How about that?
You can learn,
and
you can
on
grow.
That note, I need to go and pick up my pizza, so we think we shall bid you adieu.
Bye.
And we'll see you next week when I will be in
we love you.
Is Bali the tropics? I don't even know, but I will certainly be in a jungle or a water pool or something. Love you very much. Kisso, kisso.
Shout out to Auburn Jam making our lovely theme song.
Shout out to our new producers, Podmasters, where we will introduce you to the new studio when we're all back in the same country.
And shout out to the gods. Don't punish us. We've got to get on a lot more flights. And so we've spoken a lot about travel, but we love aeroplanes. We love the staff. We love the people on them. Circle of Salt 1, 2, 3.
And shout out to Madonna for the real shift that she's putting in on Grindr right now. Her
Yes,
thumbs must be so sore from messaging every gay man in the globe. Kisso, kisso, goodbye.
Kisso, kisso, bye.